Back, sir. Loading. Hello.
I want to talk about what I believe is the single biggest difference between League and Dota when it comes to the strategic aspects of the game. It's why people playing League sometimes feel the game grows stale, and why Dota feels so impossible to understand for new players. From champion and hero roles to itemizations and macro movements, League tells you how to play, while Dota lets you choose for yourself. Writing the script to this video feels like the final accumulation for my roles comparison series. Everything I've talked about, from the very first video comparing Ashe and Drow Ranger, to the most recent talking about Bounty Hunter and Pike, will be relevant here. You won't need to have watched those to get this one. For those of you that have, you will see the patterns. So, what sets these two juggernaut games apart? Let's talk about the freedom of play. The freedom of play is the freedom to choose how to play. What role will your chosen champion or hero have in the match? What items will you go for first or second? Who are you going to counter from the enemy team? When will the early game end, and what objectives will you take first? Every strategic choice in the match, big and small, adds to the overall freedom the game can provide. And every time the game takes away your choice, it is a sign of its control over you. Let me show you what I mean. What does a match of Dota and a match of League look like side by side? Time to choose our character. League of Legends has an ordered select phase round. You pick the champion in player order on the screen, alternating between both teams. You can only pick your champion on your turn. On Dota side, players are allowed to pick their heroes in any order they wish. You can pick your tanks or supports early, or let the supports choose their heroes later on for more powerful counters.
Yeah, I don't know why Dota still has that system. It's so fucking cringe whenever someone doesn't pick and you see the gold tick down, right? That's so fucking annoying. Like, just have a queue order. Like, there's no reason to have this shit in public.
A good support, maybe an ADC? Weeks are spent experimenting, trying things out until a meta is formed, and even then it's quite fluid. Take for example the heroes Muerta and Marcy. Muerta has a sort of a crit and an ultimate that gives her a ton of attack damage. So,
gold tick is only for that guy who didn't pick yet. Yeah, exactly.
Many ADCs with good crowd control can be played as a support.
And it's ruining the whole team because he's part of your team. So if you see, even if you picked, and then you see your fucking ADC or something refuse to pick because he wants the last pick, and then he fucking throws away a lot of gold for no reason, right? It affects the whole team.
After some experimentation, where did she end
Just
up?
have a fucking pick order. It's not that hard. There's no fucking benefits to not having a pick order.
Played in every single role. When Valve saw that Marcy was being played more as a support, they made patches that enabled that playstyle. When she became a common ADC, tools came out to let her scale that way. At every turn of the meta, the developers were there with 2 thumbs up, saying we can play her any way we want. Many Dota heroes have seen this treatment over the years, and by now most of them can play in at least 2 or 3 roles pretty well. Medusa, a tank marksman ADC, recently won a tournament as a support. Io, who's basically Yumi, won a world championship as the carry.
You can do a million things, and everything
What?
can work.
Io was a carry?
Switching over to the champions of League, you know what I'm gonna say. Every champion is released with a designated role. They're designed to fit that assigned playstyle, and usually if a second role sees more success than the primary, it gets nerfed. Support champions sometimes have abilities that only function with an ally around. Top lane tanks have damage scaling with armor purchases. Jungle junglers sometimes get perks like bonus damage to specifically jungle monsters. Sometimes you see a champion played in the off role so much that the developers will cave.
I agree.
It's not that flex picks don't exist in League, but more that a champion being equally proficient in
It's because they focus so much on jungle role in League compared to Dota.
It helps maintain the illusion.
This game,
The jungle system is better in Dota, where anyone can go and farm the creeps, but it's too much farming in Dota, which is the problem.
Or maybe you'll get some stats and damage to
It's way too much farming. It is a fucking PvEVP game rather than a PvP game.
League instead forces you to play with a dedicated support item called World Atlas. It is by far the most efficient support item you can get, giving you stats, gold income, and one free item later on. The game is designed around you having this item as a support. Even if it wasn't forced on you to buy it, you'll probably want to anyway. It's not only the support that can't choose their starting loadout. The jungler in League has a similar feature, where they must buy a jungle item first. What's more, if you aren't a jungler, you cannot buy this item. And if you aren't a support, you can't buy the World Atlas. These items are extremely efficient for the role they are made for, but this comes at the sacrifice of player choice. The game's first few minutes. After a moment of securing space in the jungle, you need to head to a lane. Just be careful if you're playing League.
My lord, Gandalf the Grey is coming. He's a herald of woe.
The courtesy of
The top lane.
is somewhat lessened of late.
He's not welcome.
Why should I welcome you?
There are heavy penalties if you go to the wrong lane for an early gank. Things like golden XP losses and super enemy towers. It's
What?
a new system added to prevent supports
Wait, what? Lane swap detection. Defending champion still receives all gold XP from the laners if the damage while under their... Wait, there are penalties? If you swap? It's for pro play. Oh, that's fucking retarded. That's fucking giga retarded. Why would they fucking do that?
from choosing how to lane. Off to the
That's
lane
so
with you.
fucking
If you're a
retarded.
Dota support, feel free to try lane for a moment if your carry is playing safe. You can join him for free with the twin gates and leave just as easily. Anyway, laning stage.
Lane swap is
Your job
awful
right
to
now is
watch.
to get more golden experience than the other team. Aside from
Why
games,
is it awful?
what
It's
else can
mind
you do?
games.
In both League and Dota, the main laning strategies are wave management, zoning, and vision control. Players from both games will know what a freeze, a push, and a bounce are. But in Dota, since the creeps aren't tight to the lane, you can
No,
aggro
it's
them into the
not.
jungle so they
It
just kill
definitely is
themselves.
mind games. What do you mean? How is it not mind games? If you think your opponent is gonna lane swap to get a better matchup, you're gonna lane swap preemptively to counter that lane swap, right? And whoever is wrong is gonna waste a long time rotating, right? It's definitely